We're finally here. Day 1 of spoiler season for Avatar. Let's just get straight into it. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Guys at Magic. This is Hunter and Riley. Say what up, Riley.
Yo, what's going on, people?
We are here, Riley. The set that you've been most anticipated for. It's Avatar: The Last Airbender. We've made it to spoiler season.
I am super excited for this. I mean, my haircut is even based off of Aang, so.
But yeah, you are a massive Avatar fan. I'm very excited to see your take on all of these cards from a lore perspective as well as all the perspective of, are they actually good Magic the Gathering cards? Can they be played? We've got a lot to talk about. Like I had mentioned, we are in day 1, which is always the bulk of spoiler season. So before we get started, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel because you don't want to miss out, because we're going through every single day of spoiler season as it comes out here on the channel. Let's just go ahead and move straight into the first card. This first card being Airbender Ascension. It's 1 and a white for an enchantment that says when it enters, airbend up to 1 target creature. If you don't remember, you can exile a creature and then recast it for 2 generic mana. That could be your opponent's as well. Whenever a creature you control enters, put a quest counter on this enchantment. And at the beginning of your end step, if this enchantment has 4 or more quest counters on it, exile up to 1 target creature you control. Then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Quick to the point. We got a first card. Airbender Ascension.
Ooh. This is, I love the fact that like we're making a callback with Ascension being part of the name for this, and then also with it caring about quest counters to the old Zendikar cycle.
Yeah, it's pretty flavorful from that perspective. Absolutely. How do you feel about this as a card, though? Do you think it's solid?
I think this is a card, honestly, is kind of fantastic. If you're playing around with any kind of like flicker or blink deck, this is an effect that allows you to not only kickstart it off, but once you're able to put enough quest counters on this, it just rewards you for it. And this comes in on turn 2. Yeah. I run a Naya Norn the Wary deck, and this will be in it.
Really? I find that very interesting. I do run a Nico deck, which is all about blink, blue-white. Thinking about putting that in it. That because, like you mentioned, it is 2 mana, gets it started pretty quick. I get it. Airbend can't be broken, so you do have to pay the extra 2 mana to bring the thing back instead of having it just flicker, which is unfortunate. But it's interesting. I think it's an okay card. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. I think you'll love this one. This is Secret of Bloodbending. It is 4 blue mana for a sorcery. It is a lesson. That's right. Lessons have returned. It says, as an additional cost to cast this spell, you may waterbend 10. In case you don't remember, you can use your creatures and artifacts. You can tap them down to help pay for the waterbend cost, similar to Convoke or something like that. You control target opponent during their next combat phase. If this spell's additional cost was paid, you control that player during their next turn instead. Exile Secret of Bloodbending. Nuts card.
Like, on the surface, being able to control an opponent's combat is pretty cool. Mm-hmm. You just get to, like, absolutely wreck them. But controlling a person during their turn, and then, like, they don't take an extra turn after that, so there's no, like, recoup or anything, that's devastating.
Yeah. It really is devastating. I think this card for blue mana is kind of a lot, but if you're in a mono blue deck or something like that, I think it slides in really nicely. I saw some people talking about it goes into Illuge, which I completely agree. That's a really good include. I completely agree. Having this effect just in standard, I think is going to be pretty solid, especially when we go back to Strixhaven and lessons will be more of a thing. You can just throw this in your sideboard and grab it for later, and then just devastate someone's turn. I don't know. This is a good card.
I like this one a lot. I do think that in one-on-one environments, it's not as good. I think this really ramps up in Commander, which I know that lessons start to lose a little bit of the impact there because you're not playing around with like a sideboard, so it's not sticking out. But this is a card that has some very, very significant upside.
Hey, you never know. They could change the rules of Commander and add a sideboard. That would be not great, but we'll see. Let's move it on to some double face cards. Moving on, it's the Legend of Kurruk, 2 and 2 blue. It is an enchantment saga. For the first and second lore counter are the same. It says scry 2, then draw a card. The third and final lore counter says exile this saga, then return it to the battlefield transformed under your control. That's right, we have flip sagas are back. It turns into Avatar Kurruk. It is a 4/3 legendary creature avatar. It says whenever you cast a spell, create a 1/1 colorless spirit creature token with this token can't block or be blocked by non-spirit creatures. It also has an exhaust for water bend of 20. Take an extra turn after this one. In case you don't remember, exhaust can only be done one time. Pretty crazy card.
You could do it more than... Oh, wait, no, never mind. I was thinking exert. You're correct. Exhaust is a one-time effect.
Exhaust is one time, yeah. Unless you flicker this.
However, if you do...
It comes back.
Keep in mind.
Yeah. Comes back on the front fast.
Yeah.
Interesting card. For 4 mana to get it started, scry 2, then draw a card. Is that good enough?
I do have my concerns. I feel like that part might be kind of slow. However, the reward on the backside of whenever you just play Magic, you also make little 1/1s and flood the board with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can't block really, but like they're also not getting blocked. So that's just a ton of damage you're now pushing in with.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I feel like this is one of those snowballing cards where you just, like you mentioned, you just keep playing Magic. You just building up your board, and then once you have enough of those creatures, you can waterbend and tap those creatures down and take an extra turn.
Actually, now that we're looking at this, and now that I'm like kind of talking myself into this, I think this goes in my Italian build.
There you go.
See,
we got
sit
more
back,
things.
Sit back, play around with a little bit of control, and then just take over the board.
Who would have thought a blue card being good for control? Let's move on to another double face card. This one is Aang at the Crossroads. It's 2 green, white, blue for a 3/3 legendary creature human avatar ally. It's got flying and says when Aang enters, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a creature card with mana value 4 or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. And whenever another creature you control leaves the battlefield, transform Aang at the beginning of the next upkeep. Once transformed, it turns into Aang, Destined Savior. It is a 4/4 legendary creature avatar ally that's got flying. It says land creatures you control have vigilance. And at the beginning of combat on your turn, Earthbend 2. In case you do not remember, Earthbend, you make a target land, make it a 0/0, and because it's 2, you put 2 +1/+1 counters on it. A lot going on in this card.
Yep, there is a ton going on in this card, but I do kind of feel like it's a little all over the place. Looking at the front half of the card, the ETB there is very, very powerful. For 5 mana, you're going to be getting some kind of additional value there. A 3/3 with flying is cute, and the backside of that is just like it's a really cool effect. But for me, I think it takes this card in a little bit of a different direction, which just makes this something that I'm confused on how to play this.
Yeah, I'm a little confused too. I mean, it wants to blink because it's leaves, right? So
Yeah.
something needs to leave. So you can airbend, which this doesn't have airbending on it for whatever reason. I guess it would be too broken just to do it immediately. But I don't know. This is an interesting one. We'll talk about it more as a commander standpoint when we do our grades video. But I just want to nitpick real quick. I find it kind of lazy to make the art the exact same. I get it that he's transforming and he's gonna be the same, but just having the arrow on his head and his eyes glow, that's the only difference in the art, is wild.
Yeah, I will agree with you on that.
Yeah, it's weird. How do we feel about Earthbend, Riley? Do you like Earthbend?
I do actually. I think that as far as like bending goes, I'm pretty happy with all of them. I think Firebending is probably going to be my favorite just because it's so odd.
Yeah, I think it's a little broken. We'll get to some Firebending cards in a minute, but yeah, the bending is very interesting. I'm excited for it. Let's move on to another flip card. This is the Legend of Roku. It is 2 and 2 red, also an enchantment saga. It's got first lore counter says exile the top 3 cards of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play those cards. The second lore counter says add 1 mana of any color, and the third and final, exile the saga, then return it to the battlefield transformed under your control. Once transformed, it does turn into Avatar Roku. It is a 4/4 legendary creature avatar. It's got Firebending 4, like we had mentioned. Whenever this creature attacks, you add 4 red mana. This mana lasts until end of combat. And if for another ability, pay 8, create a 4/4 red dragon creature token with flying and Firebending 4. That's doing a lot.
I love how they're bringing back like the previous avatars here with the enchantment sagas. I think that is so cool. The front part of this card, all right, I'm digging it. I like the like temporary card draw-esque aspect of things that this gives. The add 1 mana of any color, that's cute. I'm not really doing anything at all with that, in all fairness. However, the backside of this card, because this has Firebending 4 and because those dragons also have Firebending 4, this reaches a point where that ability just like pays for itself. You're just going to swing and make dragons with the mana you're generating.
The fact that it is just a colon and like a tap feature where you can just, like you said, just continuously pay into this. You're going to have a mass amount of dragons where you're just swinging. Two dragons swinging makes another dragon.
Mm-hmm.
This and 1 dragon swinging makes another dragon. It's crazy.
Yeah, this is. I love this card a lot.
Yeah, this one I like more than the blue one that we saw. Maybe that's just the red in me, but here I am.
Hey, if the cycle continues, you should get a green one in there too. So we'll see how you do whenever it comes to that.
I mean, my favorite color is mono white, so I guess we will see. Let's move back into some single face cards. This is Boiling Rock Rioter, 2 and a black for a 3/3 creature human rogue ally. It's got Firebending of 1. You can also tap an untapped ally you control, exile target card from a graveyard, and whenever the creature attacks, you may cast an ally spell from among cards you own exiled with this creature. Simple and to the point. I do want to make a little caveat for those at home that are kind of new to Magic. Because it is a reminder text that has the red mana symbol, this card still is just mono black as a color identity for Commander. So it is not red at all.
Yeah, you could put this in your Orzhov deck.
You could. This is a very interesting card. I don't know how I feel. I mean, it'll probably see play in Standard because a 3 mana 3/3 that gives mana in black is pretty solid. And then the ability to tap itself to exile anything that's trying to reanimate. This card's very flexible.
I think because it can tap itself, I think it probably has legs outside of Standard for that reason as well. Like, just having this as a utility piece to be able to just like sit down and I can tap this if I need to mess with my opponent's graveyard. And then also later on, I could potentially reanimate some stuff, I guess, if I wanted to. You're probably not exiling out your opponent's allies in most likely any format outside of possibly Standard, but
yeah, I mean, based on the set so far, is ally kindred is going to be a real thing. A lot of different. I think we saw that Sokka when was it Sokka or Katara?
There was a Katara that cared about allies, but
yeah.
Honestly, I think there's probably a Sokka as well.
Yeah, allies, they're a thing. That's what I'm going with. Moving on, we've got Day of Black Sun. X and 2 black for a sorcery. Each creature with mana value X or less loses all abilities until end of turn. Destroy those creatures. That is that's crazy.
I love this card.
This immediately just shuts down any kind of like indestructible card that's losing all those abilities. Or I like the other fact is if those cards have like a leaving the battlefield trigger, those are gone too.
Yep. I was very excited for Avatar for this set, and just like sitting here on day one, I have had a smile on my face throughout several cards already. So I am absolutely loving this.
So I've mentioned in the beginning of the video we haven't really talked about it from a lore perspective. What's going on with the Day of the Black Sun? Is this like spot on with the lore here?
I mean, pretty much, yeah. There's an eclipse in the story, and during the eclipse, because the sun is gone, and that's where the firebenders end up getting like their power from, there's no firebending.
This looks like a really cool like playmat you'd probably get.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But like this does exactly that. Like it strips those creatures or it strips the characters of their ability to use firebending during that time. So it's kind of what's happening here, and that's used as an opportunity to go on the offensive.
Yeah, flavor win. I like it. Yeah, but powerful card. I can't wait to lose all my creatures when you play this against me. So,
It'll be nice.
moving on, we've got the Fire Nation Drill. It's 2 and 2 black for a 6/3 legendary artifact vehicle. It's got trample, and it says when it enters, you may tap it. When you do, destroy target creature with power 4 or less. It has an ability that is very familiar. 1 mana. Permanents your opponent's control lose hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. And also just a crew cost of 2 because it's also a vehicle. This card does so much.
It really does.
This card, like, could you put more text on this card to make it do more things? It's a 6/3 with trample with crew 2. That's enough as it is. But you have this aggressive. Enter, you can destroy something, but on that trigger, when you're entering, pay the 1 mana, make something lose indestructible, destroy that thing.
I do think that this is a huge flavor win.
Yeah.
The drill is used to destroy a giant wall, which in this case probably has power of 4 or less. So I think that's really cool.
Hey, I will say there is a legendary wall that we talked about when we did Resolving the Stack over this weekend that is coming soon. So this might actually hit that wall.
Oh, it will.
We'll see. But no, this card, like I said, that familiar part of the text, that is Shadow Spear. Granted, Shadow Spear is a lot cheaper than 4 mana, but that ability to just nuke your opponents of hexproof and indestructible for 1 mana is why Shadow Spear is so good. So this is going to see play.
Yeah, this is a good card.
I like it a lot. Moving on, we've got the Last Agni Kai. It's 1 and a red for an instant. It says target creature you control fights target creature an opponent controls. If the creature the opponent controls is dealt excess damage this way, you add that much red. Until end of turn, you don't lose unspent red mana as steps and phases end. So, this line of text really helps out when you firebend because you will not lose that mana that you had in combat. So you get to have a lot of mana.
So you remember not too long ago, whatever mono red was running around in the standard with like the little mice and just causing havoc with basically just like burn your opponents out with super cheap aggressive creatures.
It's still in standard, yeah.
Okay. There is a little firebender. I think we were going to talk about it in this episode, but it pairs perfectly with this. It's got prowess and wants to be able to swing in, and because of all of that, now it's growing based off of this kind of card. This is firebending's best friend.
Oh, without a doubt in my mind, anything that says until end of turn you don't lose unspent mana is firebending's friend. That line of text is crazy. I love the fact that this is a fight spell that just gives you mana because why not, you know? Just what else did red need?
I mean, yeah, burn out their little 1/1 or something with your 5 power creature and boom. Look at that. You've just added mana to your mana pool.
Look at that indeed. Let's move on. We've got the card you were talking about. This is
look at that.
Firebending Student. It's 1 and a red for a 1/2 creature human monk. It has prowess. It's got Firebending X, where X is this creature's power. This card is about to be a standard all-star. Like Wizards wanted to slow down standard, and then they print stuff like this, and it's like, all right, we're just winning on turn 3 again.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I mean, you play this, you maybe pump it, you cast the Last Agni Kai. This thing has prowess, so it's going to net you back mana on top of that. Like, this is going to be a problem.
Yeah, so what people were talking about already is you play this turn 2, turn 3, you play another land, you got 3 mana. You pay 1 mana to give it +3/+3. It also bumps it with prowess. So now it's got 4 additional power. So that's 5 mana that you're going to swing with. Give it double strike, give it something else, boom, win.
Yep.
It's nuts.
Easy.
That's standard 2025. About to be 2026.
Yep. I think I may have missed the part of the show where this little girl just is the most powerful character.
Yeah, it's a student, you know. It's just one of those, hey, Student beats the teacher type of thing. I don't know. This card's nuts. Let's move on. We've got Ran and Shaw. It's 3 and 2 red for a 4/4 legendary creature dragon. It's got flying and firebending too. And when it enters, if you cast them and there are 3 or more dragon and or lesson cards in your graveyard, create a token that's a copy of Ran and Shaw, except it's not legendary. For 3 and a red, you can also dragons you control get +2/+0 until end of turn. So is this a new toy for Miram or what?
Oh my god, yes.
This is
like it's got the ability to pump everything for 4 mana, and if I have 2 of these, I've got Firebending 4. Like,
yeah.
This is amazing.
So far, this set is pushing power. Like, we were just talking about Spider-Man, literally the previous set, about how the power level was just super weak because they tried to fill it with some fluff. So far, what we've seen on day 1 is just absolute insanity of just power. This firebending is so powerful.
Yeah, I don't think I've come across a rare yet where I would be like kind of disappointed if I pulled it into pack.
You are not wrong. This is a good card. And like I said, Steven's probably going to throw this in your Rennie as well, because this is everybody's new favorite dragon.
Yep.
All right, Ran and Shaw. Once again, this is a legend too, so you can make this your commander. We'll talk about that more in commander grades. Moving up, we've got Badgermole Cub. 1 and a green for a 2/2 creature, Badgermole. It says when this creature enters, Earthbend 1. And then whenever you tap a creature for mana, add an additional green. This little guy is also nuts.
This is so good.
Llanowar Elves is in standard. Turn 1 Llanowar, turn 2 this, and then you can tap Llanowar for 2 mana, play another one of these, and then you're just cruising in green.
You're missing something with this too. This also Earthbend, so that land that already has that tap ability is now a creature as well. So now it taps for 2.
Oh, I know that, yeah. But I'm just like, unfortunately, it doesn't untap that land. It puts a counter on it because that would be broken. But that's the only saving grace for Earthbend right now.
Yep.
Because if that would have happened, Standard has even faster games. Like, truly. I don't know. Badgermole Cub. What is a Badgermole? I guess it's something that Earthbends.
Yep. A lot of the creatures in Avatar are basically just like 2 concepts of creatures that are just jammed together. So it's a badger and a mole. It's a Badgermole.
Perfect. Makes sense. I'm gonna move on. We've got another legendary creature. This is Azula, Cunning Usurper. It's 2, a blue and 2 black for a 4/4 legendary creature, human noble rogue. Firebending of 2. As a reminder, what I said earlier, it's got the 2 red pips, but it is reminder text, so this is only a Dimir card. When Azula enters, target opponent exiles a non-token creature they control. Then they exile a non-land card from their graveyard. During your turn, you may cast cards exiled with Azula, and you may cast them as a land flash. Mana of any type can be spent to cast those spells. I think this is the first card that I'm not completely sold on.
It depends. If they have limited options, this could be pretty cool. They do get to pick, so that's kind of a little bit of a downside there. But if you are playing around with any kind of deck that has the ability to like blink or flicker her, really take advantage of those ETBs, this can get really nasty.
Yeah, for sure. If you're blinking this, I can, yes. But it's just as a card, whenever just a one-time ETB effect that allows your opponents to choose,
yeah,
I'm not sold. But hey, play around with it. We'll talk about it in commander grades.
I do agree with you, though. This may be one of the weakest cards we've talked about so far.
Let's see if we can get back on that hype train. Moving on to Ozai, the Phoenix King. 2 black, 2 red, 7/7. Legendary creature, human noble. Trample, firebending 4, haste. If you lose unspent mana, that mana becomes red instead. Ozai has flying and indestructible as long as you have 6 or more unspent mana. All right.
Well, that didn't take long.
That didn't take long. As the Rakdos player, Riley, this screams you.
This is I don't know. I like, yes, this is a Rakdos card. It doesn't do the traditional Rakdos things, and like I'm not sacrificing or blowing stuff up and just causing chaos in that manner. However, playing around with a 7/7, potentially flying, indestructible, trample, haste, and it also makes 4 mana for you whenever you attack. Like, that's really good.
You know that 4 red mana you were about to lose? Well, it just
Yeah.
becomes red mana.
Yeah.
I guess it makes sense. I don't know. 6 mana for a 7/7 flying and or not flying. It doesn't have flying. I thought what trample and haste, firebending. It's so good. Oh, it does have flying and indestructible. That's right. I knew. I was like, I swear I read flying somewhere. Yep, it does. Yeah, just
it's
don't
got a
spend
caveat
mana.
for it, but
crazy. Yeah. Ozai the Phoenix King, pretty cool card. Awesome art too. This is the alternate art here. There's banger art in this set.
Very, very cool.
Moving on. The Lion Turtle, because that's a thing. I don't know. 1 green blue for a 3/6 legendary creature, Elder Cat Turtle. It's got vigilance and reach, and it says when the Lion Turtle enters, you gain 3 life. The Lion Turtle can attack or block unless there are 3 or more lesson cards in your graveyard. You can tap to add 1 mana of any color. Interesting stuff.
It's a little restrictive, specifically around just those lessons, so I'm not the highest on this card. I do think it's really cool. The artwork on this one obviously is very beautiful. I like the card as a whole, but I do feel like this is one of those cards that kind of it reminds me of like Arithmeses.
Yeah, the big one. I remember that one.
Yeah. But I do feel like that card is probably better because not only is it bigger, but it's also, in my opinion, easier to be able to make it a creature and start swinging. Whereas this one, probably not doing a whole lot of that.
Well, I mean, like I had mentioned before, once we get into Strixhaven in the middle of next year, this card could then see play with it's just so many lessons. Lessons are going to be
that's true.
all over the place. And hey, 3 mana for a 3/6 that can just be on blocks with reach as well is not terrible. And then it just taps for any mana. It's fine. Oh, it can't block.
Yeah, that's true.
That's right. It can't block.
It cannot block, so you still need those lessons.
Yeah. So, hey, these lessons are pretty good, though. We saw that 4 mana one already. Not bad. All right, here we go. Let's move on. We've got Earth King's Lieutenant. It is a green and a white for a 1/1 creature human soldier ally. It's got trample and says when this creature enters, you put a +1/+1 counter on each other ally creature you control. Whenever another ally you control enters, you put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Wow, this is kind of an uninspired card, to be honest.
Really? I actually like this card a lot.
I feel like we've seen this effect over and over and over, though.
This is Thalia's Lieutenant.
This is not exactly. It gets counters on itself. It doesn't put counters on the team. It puts counters on a team when it enters. We've seen that effect, though, right? Put counters on a team.
Thalia's Lieutenant also puts counters on itself.
Sorry. Yes, you're right. You're right. This is a Thalia's Lieutenant. I thought, for some reason, when you said that, I was like, Katara's Crusade. No. This is, you're right. This is Thalia's Lieutenant. But like I said, it's one of those effects that we've seen over and over and over. Selesnya counters.
I am here for it. I think that, yes, it's not, as you would say, the most inspiring card, but it doesn't call back to a legitimate Magic card. I think it's cool in that aspect.
Yeah, not wrong. Quick and easy for this one. Moving on. We've got Foggy Swamp Visions. 1 and 2 black for a sorcery. As an additional cost to cast this spell, Waterbend X. Exile X target creature cards from graveyards. For each creature card exiled this way, create a token that's a copy of it. At the beginning of your next end step, sacrifice those tokens. Interesting reanimation spell.
You can reanimate a lot.
For 3, potentially just 3 mana too, because you're just tapping down one of your creatures to help pay for that Waterbend. Waterbend just for 1, exile 1 card. Let's say you get something that has a huge ETB. Boom. You get that effect for 3 mana. I'm here for it.
You also eat that card because that card's going to get exiled. You're creating a token that's a copy of it. If there's some way for you to be able to take advantage of that, whether you have like sacrifice engines in play, or maybe you have cards that like prevent you from sacrificing whatever it is that you just brought back, this is just pure upside. And then also the artwork on this card is amazing.
Yeah, the artwork is spectacular here. I don't even know what's going on, but yes.
I'm like totally entranced.
Yeah, it is. It's really cool. I like it a lot. Moving on, we've got Iroh, Grand Lotus. 3 green, blue, red. 5/5 legendary creature, human noble ally. It's got firebending of 2 and says during your turn, each non-lesson instant and sorcery card in your graveyard has flashback. The flashback cost is equal to that card's mana cost. During your turn, each lesson card in your graveyard has flashback of just 1. Riley, you have been singing the praises that once Uncle Iroh gets a card, you are going to be building that deck no matter what. Here you go. Are you building this card?
I love this card a lot. I might. It's honestly, it's a might in that, like, I'm gonna look at all the Irohs and see which one inspires me the most. However, this card is really pushed. All of your instants and sorceries have flashback, and if it's a lesson, it also has that cheapened mode. Plus, this has firebending too on top of that. So anytime that this creature is going to be attacking, it's paying for that mana that you're going to essentially get for those instants. Like, I feel like this is one of those kinds of cards that, like, you do not let this swing.
Oh, without a doubt. This is you're going to be just continuously just churning through your deck because it's in blue. You're going to be casting all those just cantrip spells, and then you can cast the cantrip spells from your graveyard. It's just, yeah, you're going to storm off. This would be a fun storm commander.
I agree. Actually, yeah. I don't know if I want to build in that direction, but I'd like this card a lot.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear your thoughts when we do our commander grades. So stay tuned, because we got a lot more cards coming out, and so far there's 62 legends in the first day. Welcome to Magic. But yeah, moving on, we've got Sokka, Tenacious Tactician, 1 blue, red, white for a 3/3 legendary creature, human warrior ally. It's got menace and prowess, and other allies you control have menace and prowess. And whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you create a 1/1 white ally creature token. Another one of those cards that just are insane by itself.
Yeah, this card is super pushed. The fact that it gives evasion and pumps the entire team.
Pumps itself, pumps the whole team, and also just makes a team.
Yeah, this is the one-man army.
Yeah, you play one spell, one non-creature spell. You've just pumped itself, pumped whatever allies you have, and you've just made another ally. This card is nuts.
Yeah.
I feel like this is going to be one of those cards that people are going to build a lot because it's up my alley too. This is one of those that just this is a board in a box.
It is. I just like, I'm happy to see that, Jeskai Spellslinger is like not a thing.
Oh yeah. Who would have thought that? Not me. Moving on, we've got Ty Lee, Chi Blocker. 2 and a blue for a 2/1 legendary creature, human performer ally. It's got flash, it's got prowess, and when it enters, you tap up to 1 target creature. It doesn't untap during its controller's untap step for as long as you control Ty Lee. It's a powerful card. Once again, I feel like I'm just saying the same thing at every card. It's a powerful card, powerful card.
I do like this one. I feel like this is a little bit more limited because you only get this one-time effect, and flickering or bouncing this, like, it doesn't give you any kind of additional positive from that. However, it's still a really cool card. It's very, just like the way that it is, like, it's that instant speed. I have a creature, I have interaction all wrapped into one.
This is the card that's going to kill me the most often in Standard, and I know it's coming every time on a blue player. They're just going to flash this in, tap my creature down, then I have to pass my turn, and then they just bump this up and just kill me, because that's what this card is. It's crazy. But yeah, who is Ty Lee? Popular character?
Ty Lee is one of Azula's friends. It's her and then one other girl who they kind of all go on the quest with Azula together, but Ty Lee has a bit of a change of heart at the end.
Gotcha. I was just wondering because it is a legend, so it's got to be an important character. But at this point, anything could be a legend in any universes beyond. Moving on.
Is a legend.
Everything is a legend. Next up is the Mechanist, Aerial Artisan. It's 2 and a blue for a 1/3 legendary creature, human artificer ally. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a clue token. You can tap it until end of turn. Target artifact token you control becomes a 3/1 construct artifact creature with flying. Turning clues into flyers.
I do like this card, but probably for a reason that no, it was definitely designed to go in this. I like this for water building or for water bending decks because whenever you cast an on-creature spell, you get an extra thing that you can water bend.
That's true. I do find it interesting. They said in the stream today that they're not using the word investigate because it doesn't make sense for Avatar. So everything will say create a clue instead of just investigate.
That is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it does, like, they're not actually investigating anything in the show. So thematically, that would make sense.
Yep. I thought that was just a nice little cool, hey, nice little flavor win. But yeah, I think this is a cool card. This is definitely going to be another annoying card that I'm going to see. That's just turning all their stuff into creatures. Because why not just hit me with a 3/1 in the air?
3/1 clue.
Exactly. Next up, we've got White Lotus Tile. This is 4 mana for an artifact. It enters tapped, but you can tap it to add X mana of any one color where X is the greatest number of creatures you control that have a creature type in common. We've talked about mana rocks that are not great being over 2 mana. Does this fit in that category, or is this good enough to see play in any Kindred deck, Riley?
You know what? I'm gonna actually spin this one around on you real quick. I'm gonna let you go first because you are the Kindred player.
I am the Kindred player, and I do think I don't like this because I look at the floor. And the reason I look at the floor is if I don't have any creatures, this taps for 0 mana. Doesn't do anything.
All right. Well, I know that people are allowed to have different opinions, but we're in agreement, so everybody else's opinion is wrong. This card is actually not good.
Yeah, as a mythic, this is going to be the bulk mythic, I think. I think this is it's a trap, right? Because at the ceiling, if you have a board, if you're playing like go wide tokens and humans, because humans can make a ton of tokens very fast, this can tap for 10 mana without a doubt. Yeah. But that floor is so scary.
Yeah, that floor is you just pay 4 mana for a do nothing.
Yeah, immediately you pay 4 mana for a do nothing because it enters tapped.
Yeah.
You just pass your turn.
I think that this is one of those cards that, like, it's only doing things if you're already in a good position, and I don't like cards like that.
Yeah, neither do I. Kind of a gotcha card, in my opinion. Let's go ahead and move on. We've got Tiger Seal. This is the card that we saw teased in Mark Rosewater's teaser. It's got the downside. It's a 1 blue mana for a 3/3 creature seal cat. Or cat seal. Either way. Vigilance. At the beginning of your upkeep, tap this creature. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, untap this creature. So easy to keep this untapped. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. And it's a 3/3 with Vigilance too, so like even swinging with it, you're going to be fine.
Yep. This is when we talked about this card in the teaser and we were like, oh, that's got to have a huge downside. It's got to enter with like 3 stun counters. No, not at all. This is a turn 1, do this. Turn 2, draw your card for your second turn. Play something that draws you 1 card, swing.
I also love the fact that like you can actually like use this to your own benefit. So if your opponent attacks you and you have a way to be able to draw 2 cards,
that's true.
Like boom, you have a surprise 3/3 blocker.
Yeah. A cat seal.
Meow.
I do like this art though. I forgot the name of the art that they were saying. This is like kind of reminiscent to the Brothers War when they did like the sketches. It's very cool. Next up, we've got Wan Shi Tong, a Librarian. X and 2 blue for a 1/1 legendary creature bird spirit. It has flash, it's got flying, it's got vigilance, and it says when it enters, you put X +1/+1 counters on him, then draw half X cards rounded down, and whenever an opponent searches their library, you put a +1/+1 counter on Wan Shi Tong and draw a card. Well, this is a really good Commander All-Star.
I mean, yeah, it's a card that obviously like it benefits from playing around with tutors, specifically your opponent's tutors. I mean, their evolving wilds go great in this deck.
Yeah, this is honestly, I don't know if I'm ever paying in the X. I'm just flashing this in as soon as someone tries to search. Like, just that gives this the counter, and I draw a card. Cool.
Yeah. Or you just wait until you have an immense amount of mana. I mean, this is also one of those cards too that, like, if you're trying to win a game by milling yourself out or drawing your entire deck, this is a card that has the ability to do that.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I will say, putting one counter, like X for one, doesn't draw you any cards, which I think is a bummer. I wish it said rounded up. I would have made this card infinitely better, even though it's already good at. But yeah, just the fact that you draw half of one card, rounded down, you draw no cards.
I mean, that's true, but for 4 mana, you get a 3/3 with flying, flash, vigilance, and you draw a card.
You draw a card. Yeah, it's pretty solid. Once again, they're in standard right now. There is a blue-white flash deck, and I think this is going to see play. Just as just a, hey, I'm drawing cards. I'm having a flying vigilance. It's coming at you. So, yeah, Wan Shi Tong, pretty cool. Next up, we got some new cards that are not standard legal, but they are from Jumpstart boosters, as well as some scene boxes. It's just the Last Airbender Eternal cards. So, yeah, just like I said, just everything that's not standard legal, but still rares and mythics that we're talking about. First up, Sokka, Swordmaster. 2 and a white for a 3/3 legendary creature human warrior ally. It's got vigilance. Equipped spells. You cost 1 less to cast for each ally you control. And at the beginning of combat on your turn, attach up to 1 target equipment you control to Sokka. Bit of a different Sokka here. Who cares about equipment?
Yep. Just throws Colossal Hammer on itself.
Yeah, no big deal. But that's the thing, though, right? We've seen these effects. Like, I joked, it was like a year ago, I think, at this point, that I was like, the only way that equipment can actually start being more and more is if they immediately come in attached or something's making free attachment. And after this past full year, that's what they're doing. Like, every equipment just comes in attached to something, or something else says attach it to something.
Yeah.
Equipment is relevant again.
It is, and I think especially with like the push that we got from Final Fantasy 2, with like the like whatever this equipment enters, you make a hero and stuff like that.
Attach it to that, yeah, good cards. But I think it's crazy to me because when we were talking about Spider-Man, I'm gonna go back to Spider-Man real quick. The Eternal cards, there was like they're weaker on purpose because they're not in standard. So far, everything that I've seen with the Eternal for this, pretty strong. So
yeah, this is a pretty good card. I like this one.
Next up, it's Katara's Reversal. 2 blue for an instant. Counter up to 4 target spells and or abilities. Untap up to 4 target artifacts and or creatures. What, like? Okay, 4 mana. I'm just gonna counter 4 things that's happening on the stack right now. Oh, by the way, I'm untapping all my rocks. Like, what?
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, you could also, use this to counter, I don't know, just the stack and then untap all of your things.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like, surprise, I have blockers up now or something. I will say, and I know that this is one of like the scene cards, the artwork and the scaling here just looks so
weird,
off.
Yeah. Yeah, this is one of the scene cards. It does look off. It looks cooler in the scene, but yeah, card's nuts. It's up 2 as well, so it's like you can counter 2 if you wanted, 3. It doesn't have to be 4, but you probably will do for 4.
This is one of those that like I would love for like my like player A to like deflecting swat something, player B is gonna go off and like gonna use some additional spell on top and start layering, and I'm just gonna say, it's been fun playing Magic with you guys, but no to everybody.
I was just thinking like someone just played a spell and then they're like, all right, cool, this is gonna trigger for prowess, this one's gonna trigger for prowess. You just play this card and say no to all of it.
Yep.
Crazy. All right, let's move on. We got another one. This is Wan Shi Tong, All Knowing. 3 and 2 blue for a 4/4 legendary creature, Bird Spirit. Has flying. It says when it enters, target non-land permanent's owner puts it into their library second from the top or on the bottom. And whenever one or more cards are put into a library from anywhere, you create 2 1/1 colorless spirit creature tokens with this token can't block or be blocked by non-spirit creatures. This was an interesting one.
It is.
There's not a lot of cards that just say, hey, go put it back in your library. So this is a weird build around.
I do think that this is one of those kinds of cards that benefits from multiple ETBs. Also, it feeds into itself, so you're going to be able to get at least 2 spirits off this every time this ETBs.
True. I mean, if you're flickering this, it can definitely do a lot more. You're going to be making someone really sad, because as worse as throwing something in the graveyard, throwing it back into their deck, it's just such a huge momentum shift.
Yeah. I mean, and you can even do this to your opponents just to like mess with them. I mean, like it's, I don't know. I guess in this sense, it does give them a little bit of leeway to where it's not like you're just going to like throw their Llanowar elf back in. It's just like, 2 turns from now, you're going to draw nothing.
Yeah, this, I don't know. It's a good card. Wan Shi Tong, two versions, 2 good cards. Next up, another Azula. This one's Ruthless Firebender. 2 and a black for a 3/3 legendary creature human noble. It's got Firebending of 1, and whenever Azula attacks, you may discard a card. Then you get an experience counter for each player who discarded a card this turn. For 2 and a black, until end of turn, Azula gets +1/+1 for each experience counter you have and gains menace. We all know experience counters aren't broken.
I don't like this card at all because this is like, I feel like this is one of the cards that you would build around, and I just, I don't like that.
Honestly, this seems like I could just take Tiny Bones and put this at the helm instead, because this cares about my opponents discarding cards, and that's what that deck wants to do. But I don't know if I'd build this one. It does seem cool though, and this does seem like it can get out of hand so quickly by paying 3 mana however many times you want based on however many experience counters you want.
Yep.
This can get huge and just one-shot someone with commander damage.
I love the design of this card from a flavor perspective. Over the course of the show, she like slowly becomes more and more insane. Mm-hmm. So like you discarding your hand is like, it's very rewarding here.
That's cool. I like it. I do like it, and I'm curious to see the others' opinion when we do our Commander grades. Next up, Avatar Roku, Firebender. 3 red, 6/6. Legendary creature human avatar. Whenever a player attacks, adds 6 red mana. Until end of combat, you don't lose this mana as steps end. You can pay 3 red mana. Target creature gets +3/+0 to end of turn. Do keep in mind, it does not say target creature you control. So you can just bump up one of your opponent's creatures. By them attacking, you get 6 mana. You just put +6/+0 on that creature attacking. This is such a U card. It's unbelievable.
I'm sitting here and I'm just soaking this in. I was just like, yeah, keep going. The chaos, mono red, deal lots of damage. Player do thing. My god, I love this.
This is one of those. You guys fight each other. I'll help.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly
I'll
what this
beat
card
each other up.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely wild. It's so stupid.
I also love the fact that like if your opponent attacks you, that's still great because it's like, well, in that case, I'm just going to pump all 6 mana into one of my creatures, and now my 1/1's a 7/1, so we're blocking.
It's also whenever a player attacks too, so it's like, oh, by the way, I'm swinging at you with a 12/6. It's great. Yeah,
I love this.
This is a good card. This is a card where I'm like, glad that's not in standard, because that would really speed up games.
It just ends it.
Yeah. Moving on. We've got Fang, Roku's companion. It's 3 and 2 red for a 4/4 legendary creature dragon. It's got flying, and whenever Fang attacks, another target legendary creature you control gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is Fang's power. And when Fang dies, if he wasn't a spirit, return this card to the battlefield under your control. He's a spirit in addition to his other types. Once again, Riley,
Uh-huh.
I think you found a new dragon for Miram.
I definitely did. Yeah, this is a powerhouse that's difficult to deal with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I do like
Um,
how it goes exactly with Avatar Roku, what we just talked about, because then that could pump this up, and then it gets bigger, and yeah, pretty cool.
yeah, this is. I love it.
Can't wait to see the Avatar Roku mono red deck you built. I don't know. This is a really cool dragon too. So far, dragons in this set, powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Like I guess that's where the firebending comes in, right? They learned it from the dragons or something.
Yep.
So,
Although there's really only like 2 dragons left by the time Avatar starts. Poor
well,
Roku here, he's gone.
well, that's a bummer. Fire Nation though. Hey, I know Avatar. Look at me. Next up, we've got Zuko, Firebending Master. 1 and a red for a 2/2 legendary creature human noble ally. It's got first strike and firebending X, where X is the number of experience counters you have. Whenever you cast a spell during combat, you get an experience counter. We were talking what we were just talking about. Oh, is experience back when we were talking about Kratos and Atreus? It was like, oh, we haven't seen experience counters in a while. And then this set's just like, here's all of the experience counters.
Is
There's
this probably like the easiest experience counter card that we've ever seen too? Like
without a
cast,
doubt.
cast 5 spells during combat, you just gained 5 experience.
Yeah, and still to this day, there's no way to deal with experience. Actually, no, I take that back.
I think there's like one.
There's one card that says when it enters, a player loses counters. That's it. In all of Magic, there's still really no way to get rid of experience. Yeah, that's wild. That's so. Firebending X for X's number of experience. Like it's just snowballs so quickly because you get all that mana during combat. You're just casting a bunch of spells in combat with that red mana. You're getting more experience. It's all right.
Yeah. The limitation of this card is the number of cards in your hand.
Yeah. You're not wrong. Hopefully you're casting a bunch of spells that also cantrip. So you're at least filling your hand back up. Next up, Avatar Kyoshi, Earthbender. 5 and 3 green for a 6/6 legendary creature human avatar. During your turn, Avatar Kyoshi has hexproof. And at the beginning of combat on your turn, Earthbend 8. Then untap that land. See, there's that line of text that I was just talking about. How, hey, it doesn't untap that. This one does. This one says, here's an 8/8. Go ahead and use it.
Yep.
And also, fun fact about Earthbend, you can target the same land. So if you really wanted to, give that 8/8 8 more counters. Okay. However, I mean, we are in green. Green is very easy to get mana. Is 8 still a lot though?
I think that 8 is still a lot, and the fact that this only has like sometimes hexproof means that this could potentially go for a pretty steep downside. And like obviously the plus here being is you're gonna pay 8 mana, you're going to get an 8/8 out of this at minimum.
Oh yeah, you get an 8/8 and a 6/6. And then you pass your turn and your 6/6 dies, and probably your 8/8.
I mean, maybe.
But hey, at least you get that 8/8 back because I love the fact that whenever it dies or is exiled, you just return that land back.
Yep.
That is the best part of Earthbending.
Animate rock. Unanimate rock. Rock is rock.
Rock comes back. Rock is still rock. Yeah, Avatar Kyoshi, not as powerful as Avatar Roku, but still pretty good. Next up is Hei Bai. Am I saying that right? Forest Guardian. It's 3 and a green for a 4/4 legendary creature bear spirit. It says when Hei Bai enters, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a shrine card. You may put that card onto the battlefield, then shuffle. And it has an ability for a white, blue, black, red, green. You can tap it. For each legendary enchantment you control, create a 1/1 colorless spirit creature token with this token can't block or be blocked by non-spirit creatures. I think Steven has found a new love.
I think so too. Like, this is one of those cute little ETBs of like, oh, let's look at what's on the top of my library and be able to do things. This cannot whiff. Well, unless you don't have any shrines in your deck.
Yeah.
But you do.
Yeah, so we mentioned Steven. Steven, as you know, other part of the channel, has a 5-color shrine deck. And he's getting a lot of new toys in this set. So
yep.
Yeah, this is a very good card in that shrine deck. Maybe even the new commander of the shrine deck. I don't know. This Hei Bai. Hei Bai.
It's very cool.
Let's move on. We've got Toph again. Earth Bending Master. 3 and a green for a 2/4 legendary creature human warrior ally. Has landfall. Which says whenever a land you control enters, you get an experience counter. Whenever you attack, you earthbend X, where X is the number of experience counters you have.
All right. I think I lied whenever I was talking about Zuko.
You found the new easiest way to get an experience counter?
I mean, yeah, play Magic. Do experience-y things.
Play land, experience. Tap the land, get new land, experience. Cool. Yeah, so the cards in Jumpstart are pretty powerful.
Like, I can build a deck around this in 99 lands, and I think it works.
You're not wrong. All your lands are creatures. You're fine.
Yeah. And by turn, 6, I've got 6 lands in play. I've got 6 experience counters. Like, we're just going to do shenanigans.
That sounds incredible. Do it. You heard it here first. Quick deck tech. This 99 lands. You're good.
What's up, everybody? Or welcome back to the channel. We got Toph and 99 Forest.
That's it. Go ham. Yeah. Experience counters are so back. Let's just go ahead and move on to the next card. This is Sokka and Suki. It's blue, red, and white for a 3/3 legendary creature, human warrior ally. It says whenever Sokka and Suki or another ally you control enters, attach up to 1 target equipment you control to that creature. Whenever an equipment you control enters, you make a 1/1 white ally creature token. That's right. Equipment enters, ally enters, attach equipment to the ally.
This is a cute card. I like this.
It's very simple. Design-wise, straight to the point. I like the fact that the thing I just mentioned where it's like equipment, ally, equipment.
It's very straightforward. I don't think this is the most powerful card. I don't actually even know how playable this is, but that artwork is adorable.
They did mention for this artwork, this is from a scene box, and each scene will have a cute couple. So this one, Sokka and Suki, and then a couple other ones that I am unfamiliar with because I don't watch the show. Which I'm sure you know all about.
I haven't seen the scene boxes.
Well, I'll show you out of the video. But we are moving on to the final card we're talking about. It is a reprint. This is the boy in the iceberg. It's Dark Depths, which is... Who would have thought? Avatar, Aang. It's just Merilage.
Oh my god. Merilage was an avatar all along.
Yep. There you go. Black avatar creature token. Merilage, aka Aang.
I actually kind of love that.
Very clever. Very unique way of kind of, I don't know, reprinting something. It's like, how can we encapsulate Boy in the Iceberg? Well, we do have that one card that makes an avatar.
It's
works.
Also in an iceberg.
It makes ice. Yeah. But yeah, Riley, that is gonna do it. Can you believe it? That is it. That is all of day 1. We've got quite the amount of cards from today. I think that was, what, 36 cards we just went over? If you made
Something like that.
If you guys made it to this part of the video, hit that like button and say, I made it. Thank you for sticking around. Before we wrap things up, Riley, do you have a favorite card out of all 36 cards we talked about today?
God.
I mean,
yes.
I feel like there's a pretty clear one from the Jumpstart boosters that you might like.
Like this, I'm just gonna say yes. This is hard. I've got like 6 or 7 that I need a new job.
I'll go first then. My favorite card out of today, it's got to be the Fire Nation Drill. Just a card that does the thing that Shadow Spear does. I think it's pretty good.
I can't pick. If the card is red, I think it might just be my favorite. So we'll just go with that. We'll just go with the entire red color pie.
Anything that says Firebending, huh?
Yeah, it's just it speaks to me.
I think Avatar Roku is probably your favorite. I just feel like I'm gonna get killed by that card. So.
Oh yes, you will.
But comment down below, what was your guys' favorite card that we talked about today? Always interested to hear your guys' opinions down there in the comments. While you're down there, hit the like button, subscribe. I had already mentioned that, but just go ahead and do it again if you haven't already done so. And in the description, you'll find links to all of our social media accounts. Follow us on those as well if you want to keep up to date with everything else that we got going on. And if you wanted to pick up some merch, check that link in the description as well. Maybe you want something, pick it up. guys@magic.com. And on the screen right now, those are all of our Patreon subscribers. Thank you guys so much for your added support. It really does mean the world to us. If you guys wanted to check out what they're seeing, which is not here on YouTube, including early access content, exclusive content, and a bunch of other cool stuff, check the link in the description as well and consider subscribing. And a very special shout out to our Gains Indestructible tour, starting with Billy Yum Yum 2x2,
Daryl Tripp,
Demarion Turner,
Dr. Rome,
Dolo X MJ,
Ghost McGrady,
Jimmy Ward,
J. Pizzle,
Kelvor,
Kevo,
Samuel Abbott,
Stingrazor 1144,
and Thrifty PSGR. You guys are awesome. Appreciate every single one of you. And until the next video, which is going to be tomorrow, hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace.
Later.